Got an interesting article from GameSpot.com here. PS5 passes key PS4 sales milestone in the US. Hogwarts Legacy still #1 game for 2023. Talk about how Resident Evil 4 was the best-selling game of March 2023. No surprise there. But Hogwarts Legacy is still the best-selling game of 2023 so far. And then the PS5 surpasses the PS4 in a key sales metric. That metric being that after 29 months on the market, the PS5 has outsold the PS4, which is pretty crazy. They mentioned that it's a notable accomplishment in part because the PS5 was pinched by supply issues until recently. Although there is a school of thought that scarcity and such drives sales even higher than they would be otherwise. That's kind of a topic for another time, but it's just wild that the PS5 has outsold the PS4 and everything. Like, because I know some people who have got a PS5 and some of them say that it's the best system ever. Some say, well, it's not quite as good as the PS4. And that's some people, of course, they're going to say, well, the PS2, and so on and such forth. That kind of gets into console war stuff. I don't really want to get into that and everything. And I certainly don't want to get into any PlayStation versus Xbox or Switch or whatever kind of stuff because, I'm not a shareholder in any of those companies, so I don't care about that stuff. They go a little bit. They give some like mobile, top spend or top money makers basically. Candy Crush, Roblox, Bingo Blitz, that kind of stuff that you'd expect. The spending on hardware jumped by 10% compared to this time last year, which they had mentioned up here that the spending on the games dropped by 7%. So the games dropped by 7%, but the hardware went up by 10%. But anyway, they talk about how it was the second best March for hardware spending of all time in the U.S. Now, of course, these are just U.S. numbers, only trailing March 2021. Then it goes on. It says PS5 was the top selling console in dollar and unit sales. Followed by this, then it got the Switch and stuff, and the Xbox Series X, yada yada yada, and all that stuff. Then they got a list of the top 10 best-selling games, although it's important to note that it does not include digital sales for Mario Kart 8, WWE, I don't know why I said WWK, but WWE 2K23, and then Xbox and Switch digital sales are not included for MLB The Show. But Resident Evil 4, Hogwarts Legacy, MLB The Show, Call of Duty, the usual ones you'd expect. Although The Last of Us, Part 1 is selling so well, kind of a show tie-in, kind of, I guess I should say more of the show kind of building hype around the game. But anyway, Elden Ring still going strong. Of course, Mario Kart 8 still selling unbelievably well, which is perhaps the most crazy thing on all of these lists. But anyway, then they got the top 10 best-selling games so far in the U.S. Hogwarts Legacy, Call of Duty, Resident Evil 4, which you would expect Resident Evil 4 to rise up on that list. Although Modern Warfare 2, selling pretty well and stuff, but we'll see. Anyway. Again, digital sales not included. Xbox and Switch digital sales not included for a couple of games. That's the end of the article. I'll go ahead and link this in the description box if you want to read it for yourself. But to me, the big takeaway is, because Resident Evil 4, who didn't expect that to be the top selling game? Now, Hogwarts Legacy being #2, that might be a bit of a shocker, depending on who you are. But the PS5 outselling the PS4, over the first 29 months or, and such. That's pretty crazy, because like I said, I know some people who they prefer the PS4 was even better or this or that. It depends. Because people have their own opinions, so on and such forth. I don't really want to get too much into that, so I'll just go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.